Alrighty. Woo! Opening up here with a...
Alrighty.
Oh! Give me a second. There we go. You gotta love when you leave yourself open in another tab. Oh no. Hello everybody! We're doing another conversion day. Exciting! Actually, for me it is pretty exciting because we missed last week because my son had an ongoing fever. He's all better now. And yeah, we're I think pretty much today I could kind of technically be finished Adventure 2. Taking a look at what we have to do. There's not really much. Some cleanup stuff that I really want to do before I get into things. But the bigger problem, the bigger issue that I have is getting that clean copy finished. I have not had. Let me switch over. Let's hope this is the right tab. There we go. Okay. The clean copy. We're on part 3 of the Wormfall Festival, with the Wormfall Festival, in my personal work of like getting it all clean in a nice copy for GMs to read. And this looks like an impressive amount of work, I feel. But it's a slow process. And I guess, honestly, I mean, looking at it, the one roadblock that I have, I've pretty much solved. It's just been a real pain in the butt. Not here. Well, we've got one. One of the big things here was writing this influence section for Captain Harless Javel. That's taken care of. I feel like this all works out mathematically, save for influence 9, which is where she goes, you can use the sea wyvern. And you could take you back to Sassarine, which the players should be getting regardless. They need it for Adventure 3. But I really want to make the stats of the Sea Wyvern. And there's the problem of crewing it. So essentially, she gives them instructions how to pilot with only a skeleton crew so they return to Sassarine more quickly. I need to detail that. Let me actually jot that down because I had forgotten until I got there. Okay. And Sea Wyvern. All right. I love Google Docs, but I also just like writing things down. It's a lot quicker. And then we got to the Wormfall Festival. And what I had said is that it has a lot of design elements I don't like, which are sort of just like, during the festival, throw these obstacles at your players. The obstacles don't do anything other than exist to eat up that time. With the exception of the attack by the Kalani assassins. So, what I had said was going to make that more impactful is the players can essentially spend more time in the festival resolving things, being heroes, just kind of harming them later down the line when they go to the Vanderborn Manor. So what I had said is the players, there are 3 settings for the manor. The players arriving early, taking between 30 minutes and an hour from the time they arrive in Sassarine to getting to the manor. They'll take the bullywugs, the boggards, will take a penalty to initiative. If the players arrive on time, between an hour and a half to 2 hours, no changes, just run things as written. And arriving late, 2+ hours, we're going to fill some rooms with difficult terrain as the bullywugs begin dragging mud and muck into the manor. Cool. And there might be some more specific stuff. We'll think about that. So that's part 4. We're on part 3. So it's, I guess, not too bad. Things I'd like to do today. Actually, here's a shout out to the YouTube. To the YouTube channel. Somebody commented, hey, Azur, take a look-see. These are the true Glorp hunters. These bullywugs, these boggards, are rangers. Why don't you just make a ranger boggard? And that's not a bad idea. It's much more in spirit. Obviously, we've been homebrewing. We've been making a lot of monsters throughout the conversion. And I'm not cutting corners by not making more. We've made a lot. And even with this chapter 4, we made Oh, you know what? I just remembered one thing we didn't make, which is Boagorg. Boagorg. Boagorp? Gorb? The shaman that's going to be the big fight at the end. So we have to do that too. We made the chieftain, the chieftain's consort. Actually, that might be the only bogards we've made. But having another one, so we're not just playing around with the same, scout, swamp seer, warrior combo as the warrior being our baseline for our level 2. They're not that interesting, like in mechanical sense. Yeah, they get a little frightened. They get their little tongue grab. So making a ranger one with like hunt prey and their throwing axes, I could see that being interesting. So we'll probably do that. What I want to do is I want to make the Bogard Rangers, the Jade Ravens, the mercenary group that works for the Vanderborns, and I guess Bulgorp. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of creature creation. And I like making monsters, I really do. But it gets to a point where it's not super interesting, especially on stream, where I'm like, and now we get all the numbers in the right spot again. And then we add in fun abilities, and that's it. And I guess that can be a little frustrating to watch. Let's see. So myself. Oh, so I mentioned on the adventure stream last week that I got a new job. Yay! But I do believe I'm going to have to cancel the adventure stream this week because the day off that I do have, typically, let's see. Hold on. What am I doing? Oh, yes. The day off that I do typically have, I am watching my son in the morning and then running off, getting a haircut for the new job. Huzzah! Very nice. And stopping by the new place, checking some things out, making sure my office is in order. All that good stuff. So I might have to cancel the adventure stream, which is a shame because I look at this. I wrote down all these lovely notes about the adventure. So that is to look forward to. I think I plotted out a very decent Varisian history that fits our adventure nicely in a very storybook kind of way. Okay, let me not lose these notes. Yeah, just any old place will do. And myself, quickie update. I just got back yesterday from the big Japanese proficiency, the Japanese language proficiency test yesterday. My brain is mush. Absolute mush. Sitting down for 4 hours and taking a test is never fun. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I enjoy taking tests. I am a teacher after all. But sitting down and taking a test in another language. So if anyone wants to see sort of some of the oh, cool, nice and in the way. If anyone wants to see my test, I have some example stuff here from what I was doing yesterday for 4 hours. Oh. All right. All that aside, what I want to do today. I mean, I know what I want to do, but I'm looking at this Wormfall Festival. I know this is my cleanup work. It's not really something we're going to do on the stream, but I still keep looking at it. Yeah, I don't like the hour increments because the idea of it, Sasserine is large, but it's not New York City large, where it would take an hour to get from places even with the worst crowd. So probably turn that down to 30 minutes. All right. I'm going to grab my snacks for the stream, which this packaging does not lie. These are some of the spiciest snacks I've had in Japan. Maybe ever. These are incredibly spicy. Like unpalatably spicy. I immediately regret that. Ooh, swallowing it did not help. Okay. Let's start off. Don't touch the eyes. Don't touch the eyes. We have to. Let's make this Boggart Hunter. And there is a part of me that I think I should rename all these things to True Glorps. Is that what they're called? Yeah. Trub Glorps. Or Bullywugs. But I'm going to stick with these. Boggart Hunter. And we'll just rename in the text. Oh, not level 3. I don't want to do level 3. Level 2. Same level as the Warriors. They're kind of just going to be the Ranger version of the Hunter. But if we give them let's give them the Sniper roadmap. We do want them in the back with throwing axes. I think that's much more interesting. And these guys, I believe, are Chaotic Evil. Chaotic Evil. Gone is alignment, though. Anybody else? I haven't been following the remaster as much as I'd like to, because, again, new job, big giant Japanese test, sick son. What am I doing? But I did see that the Divine Smite, not Divine Smite, Flame Strike got reworked, and it looks quite cool. Interested to see more about that. Amphibious, Boggart, Humanoid. Okay. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, when I start anything, I like to just get things out of the way that I know are just going to be there, just so I can start moving on something. So we are going to think 20 feet, swim 25 feet, and Swamp Stride. And there it is. Oh my god. Just those two, like, Cheetos looking... I'm not even sure. I don't actually know this kanji, actually. It's Mania. Yabai. Kono shigeki. Yabai! This flavor is just dangerous. It's dangerous. It's hurting my throat. Oh my god. What is it? I always forget the how this is. Swim 25 feet. Good. Feet and Swamp Stride. Ow. Ow. Alright. Special abilities. We want it to have a hunt prey. But, what do we want that hunt prey to be? Like a precision, something extra special that they do. Flurry could be interesting, especially if you're going throwing axes. That said, going throwing axes does require that ability to, like, if you go, let's say, for instance, Flurry Ranger, throwing axes, either your whole turn is throw, grab new axe, throw to get any benefit out of the flurry, which then makes for another strange turn after that, or we give them an ability that lets them throw and draw a new axe as an action, or, a 2-action throw, draw, axe, throw. But then the flurry doesn't seem too necessary if you're already, like, wrapping things up into a nice, neat little pile. Also, and this is a me thing, and it could be more GMs have this thing. Hunt Prey is a bookkeeping ability. So as a GM, I don't want to put in, like, a room with 4 Boggart Hunters that all choose a different prey to hunt, because now I'm like, okay, Boggart Hunter 3 here is hunting this guy, but Boggart Hunter 2 is hunting this guy, and I'm taking notes fervently in the middle of combat, and I'm like, okay, no, this one doesn't get any bonus damage. You're not his prey. But the person that commented did say, it'd be nice to have the hunt prey. I like it. I also don't think I'm going to be putting, like, more than 2 hunters into any one given thing. Into any one given encounter. So I may just keep it here. Maybe make it precision. Alright. I think I'll make it precision. I'm going to look up a monster that might have hunt prey as well. Just to see. Bounty hunter. Here we go. Bounty hunter will have a good example of it. Hunt prey. This is like a flavor hunt prey, and I don't really like that. Let's take a look. I feel like a hunter is going to give me the same thing. Here we go. Here we go. The first time the hunter hits designated prey in a round, they deal an additional one. This is almost exactly what I want. Ooh. Oh, I really like this. This is great because the throwing axes have very low. I mean, I'm sorry. Let's just look up axes. Can I just get axe group? Hatchets are the throwing ones? Yes. Yeah. Hatchets have a 10-foot range, which ain't great. Okay. But yeah, okay. I really like this. Or when they're tracking as their prey. Yep. We're just taking this wholesale. Whole thing. We're keeping it. I like the precision. All of that is great. And then we're just going to cheat. There we go. It's funny how the precision built into the hunt prey with a bounty hunter. Yeah. So, yeah, it's exactly it. There's a lot of weirdness. I don't know what it is and where a lot of these things... I think I know where it's coming from. Is that, Paizo gets different writers and different freelancers. And you write an idea and you go, yep, that's how it works. And then the next guy gets the same idea. And when you get something so ubiquitous as hunt prey, everyone sort of knows what it does, but doesn't agree on how it should be applied. So, yeah, I think that's sort of where it comes from. Any place there is a hunter, I'm just gonna put Boggart Hunter. I'm gonna remove the or one they're tracking because I don't want to bog this down. Haha, Boggards, bog down. So clever. Seek the prey. Answer, track their prey. I'll keep it in. First time, the Boggart Hunter. Boggart Hunter. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Okay. So now, you know what I'm going to give? I'm going to give an interesting special ability here. Free action, turn begins, draw a throwing axe. Anybody, any disagreements there? Or draw a weapon? What should I call that? Steady hands. I don't know. I mean, quick draw is already a thing. Draw and throw. Yeah, I mean, just giving it quick draw is, I think, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna make a dumb choice. Just literally give it. Yeah, you draw and attack the same motion. You want to draw a weapon, then strike with that weapon. Yep, there we go. The Boggart Hunter interacts to draw a weapon and then strikes with that weapon. Boom. Okay. And the original hunters, what? How many axes do they have? I think they have 3. Positions. 3 throwing axes. I'm okay with that. That sounds good to me. Club. Hatchet. Hatchet. 3. Is that formatting? My brain goes back and forth on formatting all the time. Just like I have no idea how things are formatted. Let's look up an alchemist. This is what I can't. This is what I get myself into. Let's say Where's an alchemist? I'm trying to think of an alchemist in game. They always have a bunch of things. Rinse Minxie? Creature, really? Alright, well, it doesn't. Oops, skipping ahead through stuff. Alright. Just getting Bomber. Yeah, let me just look up Bomber. Creature right away. Zolgath Bobber. 2. Alright, yeah, that's the formatting I want. 3 hatchets. That feels weird. Maybe it's because these are doses. Anyway, I'll just get caught up on formatting my entire life and just never get anything actually done. How many times do I do this motion? I kind of want to eat more of these incredibly spicy Cheetos. I know they're not... Actually, this is Frito-Lay, but... I am curious. It actually hurts to eat these. I picked them up on a whim coming back from the test. Oh my god. Kind of thinking. I have met a snack that they sell, 2 people. And I couldn't eat. I'd like to note. Can't really read this, I imagine. Well, this is an actual warning here on the bottom. Let's see. Keep out of... Yeah, okay, this is essentially saying keep out of the reach of children, keep away from eyes and ears. Yeah, this will mess you up food. Good. Okay. Let's give him the attacks. Ow. Ow, my mouth. My mouth. Club. Hatchet. Yeah, so... so I lived in Korea. And Korea is very famous for, obviously, spicy food. And trust me, I had a lot of spicy food in Korea. I also, hilariously, did nearly kill myself with Korean food one time. Spicy chicken fire noodles. There we go. Yeah. My quick story. This is a quick one. I love spicy food. Obviously, I bought this stuff without thinking. When I was in Korea, I arrived. I showed up at $0. No money. I just had like a little bit. I think I had a loan from the company I was working with just to like survive me a month. And I thought, okay, if I don't have any money, I'll just buy one very cheap food and just eat that every day. I don't know. I was 24 or something like that. Yeah, I was 24. And I thought, yeah, that makes sense. And I thought, oh, spicy. Yeah, cool. I like spicy. So I bought this. I bought a month's worth of this. Okay? This is this it with a... Wow. This I had never seen the English version. This stuff was like a YouTube challenge food. You're not supposed to eat this. And I had a month's worth supply of it. It was insane. So I ate this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a full month. And I think it was like at the end of my first week of this, in this school that I was working at, one of the teachers saw me eating it, and she went, "Oh, no. No, you can't eat that. It will kill you." It's like, oh, I didn't know that. I just thought that my body decided to sweat everything out all at the same time when I ate it. But yeah, so I ate lots of spicy food often. Japan is not fucking around. Korea takes spice and they elevate it to like tasty and delicious. It's a normal, everyday, like yummy food. Spice is delicious in Korea. Not so in Japan. They 100% are like, they just make challenge foods. Japan is the only place where I've eaten food where it's just like, oh, I don't want to keep eating this. Like, it's not tasty, and it's so spicy, it hurts. Famously, I nearly, like, I went into, like, a shock eating some of these. I'm curious. Final yakisoba. Japan? No, come on. Maybe. It's like Final Max. What is it? I think it was curry. It's a curry flavor. No. Oh, it is this. It's this brand. Yeah, that's essentially what they did. Is they got rid of all the flavor. Here we go. All right, we're getting closer. Okay, this yakisoba, which is like a fried noodle. This is obviously it's like a cup noodle. Getting closer. Incredibly spicy. Like, I think most people could probably eat this curry noodle, and it's fine. What is this called? Paeyang. All right. Paeyang yakisoba. Here we go. All right, Paeyang yakisoba. Final Max spicy, I think is something like that. Here we go. Here, okay. This stuff. Obviously, the packaging should tell you, like, don't eat this. I'd eaten these no problem. I was like, okay, these are spicy. Yeah, I get it. This will mess me up, blah, blah, blah. And then my father-in-law showed up with this. Yeah, the packaging wants to kill me. So I mean, these are obviously oni, not oni actually. These are Indian things, Indian things. But this one with the guy just giving up, he's like, "That's it, 100%. That's me." I took a bite and I was like, "Oh no, oh no! Oh, is there another? Is there? Look, I hadn't seen this one. Is there actually one beyond?" I'm trying to... It looks like this one goes beyond that. Yeah. This one, I started eating it. And then I stood over the sink and I cried. It's just like, oh no, I can't do this. Which pleased my father-in-law to no end, that he finally found something that I couldn't eat. So, how did I get on this subject? Oh, these fucking chips. God. All right. They were good. They were. The chips are good. These don't taste so bad. Like, they're spicy, but the flavors are actually pretty good. Okay. It does take me a second though to get used to it. I have to hatch it up again. Oof. Ooh. Alright. Ow. Alright. These things, 1d6 plus 1. Bludgeoning. I feel like that's incredibly low damage. It is very low damage. We don't want to be using the club anyway. Hatchet, 1d6 plus 1. Slashing. And here's where we're going to get into... Alright. These don't have agile on them, do they? Agile! Look at that. Agile sweep thrown. Okay. Sweep. Has anyone besides the GM used sweep more effectively? Like, as the GM, I'm always like, oh, cool, I get to sweep. I don't feel weird wasting my action attacking again. You know, sweep, backswing. I know that there are people on the forums that talk and say, like, oh, backswing's very good. I don't know. I don't 100% agree. Ow. It is hurting me now. Okay, so also, these things. I just get out of this super long test, starving after 4 hours, and the first thing I do is open them and upend them into my mouth in front of the store. It's just immediate mistake. All right. Yes. I'm going to real quick talk about that test because not that I'm like stalling on this Boggart Hunter, but I am. So I took the 3rd level of the test. There's 5 levels of Japanese proficiency. Third is right there in the middle. It's also the most populated test. Hey, it's bees! Hey, so glad to. I'm talking about tests and spicy food. Woo! These things are legitimately hot. So, third level of Japanese. Most people apply for it. The largest number of people apply to take the test because the first 2 levels don't give you anything. You can't put on a resume like, I speak bad Japanese. You would just not say anything. Ow. Ooh, it got me in the back of the throat. Ooh. But if you pass the third test, you can say, hey, I've taken the level 3 test, so hey, it's not bad. So most people skip the first 2 levels of test, which is a very bad idea in my opinion, and they go right to the third. Which means I showed up to a classroom that was filled. It wasn't just filled. It was 5 floors of a university building was filled with people taking a Japanese proficiency test. And I would argue 80% of those people should not have even applied. I feel like that's not too kind of me to say, given that I don't think I passed that test. It was a very insane test. Very insane time. And importantly, this is in the city. And once we left that test, a bunch of foreigners spread out throughout Japan, all coming from a same place, just going out. So there I am, chugging down these unfortunate creations, and they're still left over from yesterday. It just, oh God, it's too spicy, in front of just a bunch of foreigners in Japan looking like an idiot. Ugh, bad times. Bad times. Alright, these hatchets still aren't like... Alright. The damage from the precision. Our average 4, 8 moderate damage is fine. I'm okay with moderate damage ending up being what we have here. Whew! I told my wife I was going to eat them regardless, but I'm regretting it. Let me think here. 2, 6, yeah. I'm thinking going low on these and then just taking this right up to 10. No pain, no gain. You missed the part where I was talking about all the pain and 0 gain. Oh, man. Oh, here. It was this. I ate this, and this nearly killed me. These are like Cheetos, and it's... Oh, it messed me up. I do recommend... I know people say, go to Korea for spicy food, and do. Go to Korea for spicy, tasty food. But if you just want to have just sheer spice... no, I wouldn't say go to Japan. What's the... Nepal. Oh my God. Nepalese food. There's a Nepalese place near... And I think Nepalese is correct. Nepalese place near me. It just will make a curry that's like you could pick it up with your fingers, and it's so thick and dark and just filled with peppers. All right. What we're doing right now, we're making another boggard because somebody in the YouTube comments mentioned, hey, why don't you? These are rangers. Why don't you just make a ranger? Like, you've already made enough stat blocks. I'm like, that does make sense. Ow! Let's give him leather armor too, just for shits and giggles. Leather armor. Ow. And what languages do Boggards speak? I think they speak just Boggard. Cool. Bogard. What? Boa. There we go. Oh, man. Okay, this feels good. And I should probably give them all of this stuff too. Do I want... Yeah, I don't want to overload them with abilities. It just gets frustrating. I really like the idea of these guys doing a tongue grab and also throwing their hatchets. That's really cool to me. I really like that a lot, actually. I kind of want to, like, not give them the terrifying croak. Give them the tongue grab. Steal all this. They're the same level, so I don't really have to change any numbers. Ow. Should not have eaten anything. And let's give them a... If they buggered... Hunter. Okay. Takes a week, man. I'm just curious. Why do they don't need the club anymore. I know it's like Legacy. They had it in the original module. They don't really need it. 3 hatchets, leather armor. There's so much to them already. I hate so much stuff. Ow, ow. Oh, it's in my throat. It's in my throat. It's in my throat. It's going down. All right. Reach 10 feet. Effect tongue grab, yeah. Tongue. Yeah, grab. Okay. All right. I don't think we really need to do too much more with the Boggart Hunters here. Oh, gotta give him Swamp Stride. Gotta give him Swamp Stride. Doop. That's important. I've already established that. Swamp Stride. This is our defense ability, I believe. Checking, checking. No, why is it an offense? Why is it an offense? I don't know. QRST. Yep. Yeah. Doing my ABCs. Is this right? Yeah. All right. Jesus, that feels like a large stat block for a very uninteresting character, if I'm being honest. Actually, here, let me make this bigger. It's still pretty big. It's still fairly large. Okay. Well, let me make it big and take a screenshot so I have it for my giant records. Hello, hello. By the way, if people are waiting for me to update games, I'm so sorry. This weekend ended up being... Well, it was insane. It was an insane weekend. I went... family came to visit. I got out at a big clothing shopping spree. I had a very large settlement from a previous employer to handle and got some new clothes for the new job. Yay! And then had the test, which, again, I've talked about is a real pain. All right, Boggart Hunter. I don't think we need to do anything else. Let me just take a look. Anything else I want to throw in there? Oh, my God. I didn't do any skills. I didn't do any skills. Yeah. Athletics low. Stealth high. Yeah. If we've got a difference of 3, boom. 9. And they've got... Oh, hey. Let's do this. Let's do it all here. Plus 10 in water. Let me see if any of those things make sense to me. Yeah, that all makes sense to me. Okay. Whoa. These numbers work in my mind. Sorry, plus 11 in water. Actually, I kind of feel like we can go higher here. And there. I don't honestly feel the need to go too much further with that one. All right, there. Would anyone, by the way, like to see the test? I pulled up a sample test just because I was curious how it looks to other people. Yeah, I'm going to show the easy test. This is the test I did last year. This is what I walked in prepared for. I was like, oh, this should be no problem. Yeah, today was very fun. They're asking, what does this kanji mean? This is tanashikatta, so you need to find tanashikatta, which is right here. Easy. Easy. Oh, yasai o kitte kudasai. Please cut the vegetables. Okay, here's kitte. There you go. Easy, easy. Let's see. Let's go a little bit further. Kuroi. Kuroi. We gotta find out. We have to find out the black socks. Hoshite. Hoshides. I want black socks. Oh, so here's our black kanji. Easy. It gets a little bit harder here. Sato-san ga keiga shita to kitte minna shimashita. Shitsure keiken shinpai. Okay, so she hurt herself. Sato-san hurt themselves. We heard that when we heard Sato-san hurt herself, everyone was shinpai, worried. Okay, this is the test I did last year. I was going into this test, no problem. I've done all my studying. And then this is the test I see this year. Oh my god. So there is one question for here. This is, I can't even do this too well. Shuri no hito ga kitta toki. Okay, so shuri no hito. See, I don't even know. Shuri no hito. It's, 4 hours, this test. 4 hours. When the person came, Nakamura-san ga shinakareba naranai koto wa nani ka. What did the person do? What would the person do when the person came? What is it that Takamura-san would do? If only they would do. Oh my god. So Takamura-san, ohayou gozaimasu. Kino printer. So the printer broke yesterday. Because it won't connect to the power. So let me tell you, I feel like I failed this test because this test came out and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And it's also just like, you read a test and there's always like one trick question, like a little like trick answers. It's like, oh, that's probably it. If you really don't know it, you might go in that direction. And I realized all of these answers felt like this to me. 4 hours, and I feel like I just wasted it. And 4 hours and $70 for the test. Look at this! Oh my god! This was awful. This is the worst test. So I will be doing that again, possibly in December, because I do not feel like I passed that test. So for anybody that wonders, sometimes my updates come slow, or if my updates from me come like, yep, you hit the guy, bad things happen, moving on. It's because my brain is mush from studying. Alright. Cool. Let me check this one off my list of things to do. Got the Boggart Hunter. Alright, so. it mushifies the hell out of my brain. It makes me feel real smart when I can do it later, but I can't do it now. Oh yeah, this is just my brother. See, I can do this stuff. You may notice a lot less kanji here. This is all, and it's embarrassing because I love kanji. Anyway, I'll close these. This is just gonna hurt me. Did I save the website? Whatever. I'll find that again later. I liked that website. All right. So what I want to do on stream, because this is something I feel like I'd love to get some opinions on. The Jade Ravens. Let me talk about these guys. They're going to have a role to play in the adventure path going forward, so we should kind of decide on what that is here. All right, I'll read this out. The PCs aren't the only adventurers in Lavinia's employ. The Jade Ravens consist of a group of mercenaries and adventurers who have served the Vanderborns for many years. Traditionally, as members of the group become higher level, they went their own ways after recruiting new members to replace themselves. The current group consists of 4 third-level NPCs. This is Super 3.5, where it's even saying, like, in the fiction itself, in the world itself, they're kind of aware. Like, not that they've leveled up, but it's like, I'm too powerful for this position, which I think is funny. Having just returned from the nearby city of Cauldron with monetary aid for Vanderborn relations, They're present to aid in the initial defense of the manor against the bullywugs. Unfortunately, they were overwhelmed and now scattered throughout the manor, either hostages or unconscious. So, this is our Vanderborn Manor map. Let's look at this a little bit closer. So players will likely are going to enter in through the front. You have the opportunity to find 2 Jade Ravens and sort of recruit them to your team temporarily. So, if we're going to design these characters, we need to design them, one, with 2 things in mind. One, that they're going to match sort of what they were originally intended to be. And 2, that they're going to be able to assist the characters without overshadowing them. Again, 3.5 was very okay with the GM just running a bunch of characters all the time. I think we have a lot of people that play 5e on the server. I don't play 5e. And I thought a lot of that has to do with I'm the only GM. I live in Japan. But even when I didn't live in Japan, and I had lots of groups to choose from, if I showed up at a table, I would pretty much just say, I'll run the game. And if I'm running the game, I'm going to choose the system. And I would kind of default to what I like, which is, at the time, Pathfinder 1st Edition, or now, 2nd Edition. So I don't know if 5e has the same thing, where it's just kind of expecting an encounter to have 20 moving parts all at once because there's sort of a slimmed down tactical element to it. I don't know. I don't think I can talk shit on 5e if I don't really know the game. I know that I made a few characters for it and I was like, oh, I'm underwhelmed, so maybe I'm missing something. But I don't know. Popjuke on the server, interestingly enough, sat down, he played a warlock. And I remember he messaged me and he's like, hey, I'm going to play a warlock in 5e. I'm so excited because Pathfinder does not have a warlock. And I was like, oh, yeah, I only know the memes. I just know it's Eldritch Blast. And he's like, well, I'm sure it's not that bad. And he messaged me a week later and he's like, all I did was Eldritch Blast. It's like, yeah, I imagine that's... I loved the warlock from 3.5, but I also loved it for not Eldritch Blast. Yeah, I think the first thing I tried to do was the same thing I try and do in every new game, is I try and make a non-traditional rogue, and it immediately fell apart. Ow. Which is funny, because, the 2nd edition playtest, my first character was a ruffian rogue, because it was just like, oh my god, I'm a rogue that just grabs people and beats them up and goes, give me your money. Yes, I didn't want to be the sneaky stab rogue. Couldn't really get away with that in 5e, or at least I was looking at just the core rulebook. Or just the player's handbook. So I don't know. That's the thing. Coming from 4th edition, I imagine there's so many more digital options. All right. Warlock and the Artificer, my favorite. Yeah. And I'm my buddy, Popjuke has said many times where he's like, yeah, I guess the Warlock's the closest thing the Warlock gets is the Oracle. And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, maybe the Psychic. And I was like, we might be seeing the Kineticist might feel like that. But it, again, flavor-wise and theme-wise, yeah. I love Warlock 3.5. This was the thing, man. I loved this guy. First off, there was this running theme in 3.5 where everybody had like leather armor that was super 80s and everything matched. There it is, Eldritch Blast. This was the first Warlock, I believe. And then it became baseline in 4th edition. And what book did this appear in? It's going to say it, right? It'll say it, right? No? I want to say Complete Arcane. Warlock, 3.5. First book? I don't know. Here we go. Complete Arcane, 3.5. That said, my favorite 5e character is Halfling Battle Bard. Jingles the Exceptional. Let's get out. Yeah. See, yeah, and that's the thing. I love making a character. I said this, and I said I played 4th edition. No matter what, the most fun part of a game is the storytelling. So, I mean, I don't think I have anything against 5e. When I say, like, I like to run Pathfinder, I like to run Pathfinder. If I found a good GM was like, yeah, I want to run you some 5e. Like, let's do this. And if the story's there for me, I'm in. Man. These, okay. I remember the first Warlock I played in 3.5. My invocation was Spider Climb, I believe. Where is it? Spider Walk. You gain Spider Climb as the spell, and you are immune to webs. Okay? I see. Alright, let's see. Well, I'll get to this one in a second. At level 1, the ability to Spider Walk at will. What? These are all, by the way, these are all at will. You gain these at will. Making sure. I that's what I remember. Anyway, what an insanely silly idea. Immediately, the game started, and I was like, so I can shoot 1d6 damage out of my finger. And, everyone's like, ha, 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 ha. And I was like, and I can walk on walls. Ah, ha, 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 ha. All right, I immediately walk up to the ceiling and just, pew, 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 pew. No one can do anything to me. You can't hit me at level 1. Pew, 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 pew. And the GM was just like, all right, so that's banned. I was like, oh, come on. I'm like, it's the weakest thing. And I think I got Earthen Grasp instead. Oh, my God. Which was grabbing people? Earthen Grasp as the spell. I think you made a hand to grab people. At will. At will. Like, oh my god. I love it. You just got like 2 or 3 spells you got to use at will. Nature Invocation, way to splash in it. Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly like why the Barbarian's really cool. You are an incredibly specialized spellcaster. I don't know what it really looks like in 5th edition. If I'm being honest. I know that I didn't really enjoy it in 4th edition. It missed out on the thing that I liked, which was choose a few spells. Those are your things. So I don't know. Boy, I'm off topic. But that's what I do the streams for, so I can run off track and have fun with it. All right. 3.5 was so good for playing crazy stuff. It's so weird to think that you could do Savage Tide with the Warlock at all. All right, we're gonna start working on the Jade Ravens. In particular, I want to start with 2 of them, the 2 that you're gonna meet in the adventure and can join you. Did anybody read the these guys are gonna be level 3? Did anybody read the Spell Plague books that Forgotten Realms is putting out for the move to 4th edition? Because let me tell you, oh man, I remember they were trying to introduce the Warlock as like a concept that exists more. Like I've said ubiquitous or not, but like it's more not common and everyday in Forgotten Realms, and it was just like, I don't know, it felt weird. It was like an archivist that was addicted to a type of drug, and the drug was like demon blood. Yeah, I'm addicted to demon blood. Oh crap! Also, it gives me superpowers. That was interesting. All right. The 2 that we're going to meet, Cascus Keel, a lawful neutral male dwarven druid, and Leah May Teslicaria. Okay, and that's going to be our female sorceress. So, I want to think about defining abilities. These guys don't... what we can do is entirely make them exactly what their class is. And we might. It's definitely a way to do it. We could just make a dwarven druid, and that's Cascus. We could just make a human sorceress, and that's our Leah May. I'm not sure I want to. I like the idea that we can give them a little bit of personality, give them a little thing that they can do and only they can do. Let's talk. Cascus has a deep and noisy love of mountains and caverns and longs to return there someday after he's repaid a debt of loyalty to Lavinia, whose father rescued Cascus from slavery to the Scarlet Brotherhood nearly a year ago. All right, let's start with Cascus. Let's start with him. By the way, my this is getting huge. This list of things has gotten very large. Cascus. Kiel is our lawful neutral. Woo. Medium humanoid dwarf. Just to make sure, I'm going to find just any old dwarven creature. Do we not? I'm sure we do. Families. Maybe get some abilities from, from the druid. Yeah, that's actually a really good way to go with it. That's a great way to go with that. Where's dwarf? I saw dwarf. Monkey family. Crushing ground. Let me take a look at those. Un momento. I'm curious. Just looking at dwarves. My brain stopped. I gotta stop getting distracted by drow. I don't care about drow, but just that other people do. Dwergar seems like a fine one to use. I mean, the trait is just dwarf, yeah. I don't know. I'm looking for the trait, which just seems unnecessary. All right. Dwarf. Humanoid. Ta-da. Boop. Okay. Cascus Keel. We're going to make him a wisdom-based spellcaster. Skill Paragon. No. Spellcaster Wisdom. There we go. Yeah, let's look at the Druidic Order. Let's look at that. Druidic Order. All right. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. All right. Stone. Trained in crafting and steadying stone. Druid feet. Crushing ground. Order spell. Oh, I've got Nex is playing this druid, I believe. This sort of druid in our Delve the Pallid Depths game, and that's been really great. Ooh. Yeah, he's very much a stone druid, and I really like that. Okay. I'm curious, what's steadying stone here? Oh, that's... This is just dwarf on stuff. This is just dwarves on top of dwarves, really. Okay. Let's use this as our roadmap as well, using stone. All right. Well, let's look at his stats. We can find Cascus in here, actually. Here he is. All right. So Cascus here, tough, wise, no charisma. This feels right. We'll go heavy on this. We'll switch some of these things around. We'll drop this super low. Int 1, yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna switch some of this stuff around a little bit. There we go. That looks kind of fine. Strength 2, Dex 1, Con 3, Int 1, Wisdom 4, Charisma -1. This guy is not intimidating people for anything. And language is Co. And, Dwarven. Did I? Was that? Yes. Was it me on stream? I was, talking about how he's taught Druidic to Leah May. That was silly. But we can actually give him all of these. He's got the intelligence for all these. I believe, because you do get Druidic for free as a Druid, right? I think so. Oh, now I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious. This is the problem with Druidic language. Yes, with playing multiple editions, where your brain just starts combining things, and you're like, are barbarians still illiterate? When did that get phased out? 3.5? What a weird ability. For those who played in 3rd edition, I believe that barbarians started with the illiterate power, which is just like, oh yeah, you're illiterate. You can't read or write. Why? I don't know, because just can't. Okay. All right, he's got all that stuff still. Speed 20 feet. I mean, honestly, they got rid of it, and I was kind of disappointed. I was really sad. I was like, oh, I like them starting with that little flavor thing. Admittedly, I could see a lot of people not. And it clashes with, we want to be rules heavy. If you're going like, here's a fun role-playing thing. Yes, exactly. Ribbon abilities, as they're called. And that's like a negative ribbon ability. And I think it's so cool, but I also like I get it. Where D&D at the time was like, we're gonna be we're serious, you know, we're gonna lead the charge in terms of rules. Let me see. I want to give him the ability to well, it's not going to come into play in this adventure, so I'm not sure that it matters. Where it's like Stone Stride, where you can ignore difficult terrain from caused by stone. Yeah. So I don't. When the ooze morph came out, that was the shifter, I believe. The ooze morph came out, I think, when I was traveling. Yeah. So I remember this happened. I was sitting there in New Zealand, and I was having like the worst time. If there is anybody watching from New Zealand, I was living in a town called Blenheim. I was having an awful time. I had $0 to my name. I needed to get out of the country because I hated it. I was living with the mayor of the town, and I was working under the table for the mayor, as in like I wasn't nothing untoward. I just was getting paid, so I was avoiding taxes for the mayor, which felt like a little weird thing. And I wasn't getting paid well. Can you all hear my air conditioner freaking out right now? And I was sitting there stealing internet from the town center. Oh my god, that's really... Hello? Okay. Air conditioner, please stop. Oh my god. Anyway, stealing internet in the center of town. And somebody was like, oh, the shifter's out. And I remember thinking, I don't even think I wrapped my head around the other classes that have come out. I don't think anyone in my... No, I had somebody play Kineticist. And I just remember thinking, I don't know Pathfinder anymore. Like, I had been traveling for so long, and my whole life at that point was real just in a shit spot. And I remember thinking, I can't play role-playing games anymore. I looked at the shifter, I looked at the art, and I was like, this isn't me. I can't do this. I know nothing about it. That's it. That's all I got. Okay, sorry for that weird story. That Blenheim sucked. Blenheim, New Zealand. All right. I'm wondering if we can... Well, let's give him this as a... This is a focus spell. Yes, cool. Well, I can do that. Crushing ground, right? This would be cool. This would be helpful. Spell type, focus. Yeah, he's got one focus point. Additional spells, here we go. No? Yeah, here we go. Here in the banks around the Blavu, so you can be a humanoid for number 9. Also, oh my god, air conditioner, shut up. It's a brand new air conditioner. You cannot wear it, yeah. Yeah, that's you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which, if you haven't played it, is just... That is a masterpiece of a roguelike game. And, it was... You could play as all these sorts of things, but you're absolutely constrained by the ancestry that you are. So you'd be like, I'm a cat. And you're like, well, you're a cat. You can't wear any armor. You can't... But you can claw people with your little cat claws. I'm a naga. I can do... You can't get boots. You're a naga. And I do remember that ooze is one of them, and just... there's ooze-specific stuff you could do. We're getting the ooze stuff... Or the new ooze stuff is out with the Battle Zoo. I think they've done it. Alright. How do I write focus spells? You know what I do have? I do have access to... I know somebody that's got I know someone who's got some focus spells, I'm pretty sure. Rinsminxy. I can never pronounce her last name. Looking it up. Does she have focus spells? Bloodline spells. Yeah, that'll work. Or maybe I should call it an order spell. Strictly Awful, but really, really funny is going to be the title of my biography. Strictly Awful, but really, really funny. My biography. I'm going to get biography. Yeah, let's call this order spells. Let's take a look here. 1 focus point, DC, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, cool. Making sure that I would heighten it up. I wouldn't buy any book about me. Well, obviously, I'm me. I've been there for it all. We should no, there we go. We don't need this. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're seeing 20 here for the DCs. Saying hint. Why is this saying this? This is a point of contention for just about everybody that looks at Pathfinder 2nd Edition coming from anything else. Is they're like, why? I understand building monsters differently, but why do the spellcasters, even within the system, get built differently? Because they're opponents, you know? And that's the thing. They're opponents. I'm going to lower these down. Well, hold on. Your spell attack roll is said to be 9. Alright, what's the spell attack roll supposed to be? 3, 5, 9. So there we go, 19. Sorry. Brain. 9. Well, hold on. I don't think I need that. Crushing Ground is a saving throw, so boom. Oh, this is gonna frustrate me. This little space here. I'm not gonna lie. Before I put a nice clean copy together, I go in and I Photoshop out that little space. I wonder, can I put in where it appears? Does Rin have that? Yeah. Yes, she does. Okay. Secret of Magic, page 200. Secrets of Magic. And I'm going to be going back. No, I got to stop getting all in the weeds on this stuff. There. Oh, no. Please. No, the italics. I'll go italicize it later. Yeah, if my life gets a biography, it's I must have done something horrible by the end of it. I cannot imagine there's too much interesting there. A lot of the stuff I say sounds like I've had an interesting life, but it really isn't. 10 joined the circus. Okay, skip ahead a lot. Left college, started traveling, went to Korea, New Zealand, Philippines, bunches of places, but I didn't do anything. Like, that's the thing. I haven't done anything. Yep. It's spice here that I was ready for. Most interesting part about my life is that I married a very interesting woman. So, God, that's spicy. Okay. Primal. Prepared. Spells. Ow. Okay. I'm curious. I just pour one out for bull strength and all of those lovely attribute enhancers. Admittedly, pour one out with the understanding that they absolutely made the game worse. You know? Yeah. Let's make this heal. These are primal spells, yeah? Spells and rituals. Let's look at the primal spell list. Ooh. hurts. My stomach, yeah. Okay. We're going to also be putting in here already cast. Okay, this way. Let's give him another cool second level spell. Are there notes for heightened? No. Absolutely, yeah. I love telling stories. Thank you for coming by, bees. And we will see you later. Now, there's no, yeah. I don't have to note that it's heightened. It's noted that it's heightened just by existing there. Ow. I should not have eaten those. Oh my god. Oh, they got me good. Alright, we need a replacement for bull strength. And again, it's not going to matter. It's really not going to matter. Because it's going to be already cast. But I don't want it to be something stony. This guy, he's got... That's his theme. His theme is stone. Ow. I'm curious if there's anything that shouts out. Yeah, it's funny you say enlarged community, because that's sort of what I was thinking. And the reason I'm not thinking that is, where I kind of thought about it and I'm going back and forth, is what would he cast it on? Himself? You know what, I kind of like that in terms of he works with a group. Ow. Should not be eating these things. I don't think they're safe for consumption. He works with a group. Yeah. And it does state, where does it state it? Well, it states it after you find his dead animal companion. Here we go. The Jade Ravens made the last stand here, managed to be overwhelmed. He was here fighting and got separated from his group. Okay. This is a... I'm sorry, I just noticed. The only spell that he's got left is Longstrider. Oh, God. Also, Produce Flame was a first level spell. Forgot about that. Okay. Let's give him the Produce Flame as a cantrip so we could do something. Heal. Already cast. Let's just take away all his... He's just going to be there and just cantripping, essentially. Animal allies now. Well, that's fun. That's kind of fun. I like the idea of him doing an animal allies. Ow. I think I might be going with that one. Animal allies. This is... Already cast. Again, all I'm doing is writing in spells to kind of shape him. Oh, Longstrider. Yes. We still have that. Yeah, it's just for an hour at level 1, so... Okay, I'm okay with that being cast already. All right. I wish I could send these out to people. Just be like, hey guys, I don't know if that I said it out loud, and then I was like, wait a minute. That would be a very fun tournament prize. Not tournament prize, a contest prize of like a curated sack of Japanese snacks to send out for somebody on the server. That'd be fun. All right, let's give him 3 cantrips. 3 feels fine. How many does Rin have? Rin? Yeah, 4 is probably the right answer. All right. I want to give him 3. I don't want to make it overwhelming. Produce Flame, good. Detect Magic for the group that doesn't have it? No. Ooh, Scatter Scree. Yeah, absolutely. What am I thinking ignoring that one? The thing is, I totally forget the Secret of Magic cantrips exist. Because when they came out, I was like, oh, these are the best. I love these so much. And then I just forgot they existed. I am You know? Oh, you know what? Oh, this is actually really good. For what's going to happen in the actual adventure. Tame. Should I be noting where these all come from now? Kind of makes me think I should just ignore like putting Secrets of Magic 200 here. I'm gonna. If you are at the point where you're looking at a converted adventure from 3.5, you know that Archives of Nethys exists, and you're just like, yep, I know what that spell is. That's fine. Yeah, let's give one more. Let's give one more spell here, and make it like here we go, guidance. Just a little helpful one. There. So when the players do find him, he will be able to help out with guidance, produce flame, scatter, scurry, tame. Tame coming into play right around here. Here we go. You can actually tame these mastiffs, which is be very interesting. Ow! Ow, my stomach. I've got to eat other food. You know what I should do? Great time for me to get some water. I've actually been... No, I've only been streaming for an hour. Okay, right back. Hold on. I'm just going to keep talking. What should do I have any other stories to share? I talked about New Zealand being awful. I don't really have any interesting Philippine stories, other than the fact that Philippines is... You know what? I do have Philippine stories. Okay. I'm back. So yeah, I got to do a lot of traveling. I don't know if it's interesting for me to talk about traveling too much, though. Has he got anything with him? Yeah, I think he's... Scimitar? Well, there's an interesting weapon. Oh yeah, he's got a dark vision. Of course. He's a dwarf. I'm curious. I kind of want to give him... Alright, hear me out. I want to give him one ability that sort of grows with him over the course of the adventure path. That we're going to see more of, like, oh, that's Cascus's ability. And going back to, he's got a debt of loyalty to Lavinia. I'm thinking he might have, like a cover ability. And like a reaction to help somebody nearby. That seems kind of interesting to me. Let's give him a wood shield, scimitar, yeah. Weapons, items, etc., etc. All right. Scimitar. Is it not wood shield anymore? It's not, is it? I think, oh no, that is wooden shield. Okay. Yeah, wooden shield. Cool. Wooden shield. And armor. What's he got? Anything? Hide armor. Yeah, there we go. Alright. It does say that he's got, goggles, but if you put a magic item on any NPC, even if they're going to be an ally, I have learned, if the players want it, the players will get it. Either they'll steal it, or they'll trick it out of them, or they'll be like my guys and wait till they're sleeping and murder them for it. You know? Oh my god. I don't know if it's like a first time player thing, or just the people that I know. But I always feel like when I get a group of new players, the moral compass is just gone. Like, immediately, the second there's any hint that you can get something more, or there's gold involved, or magic items, or it's just immediate, like, we could kill this guy and no one would care. It's like, well, you guys went to that very quickly because he's got a shiny dagger. Alright. Okay. Alright, I had this down as ability. I want to put this as a defense. I want to make it a reaction. Loyal Protector. And I like the idea. Okay, trigger. An adjacent Whoa! What the heck is that spelling? And did I just spell it the same way? Am I spelling that right? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. It looks weird. I just had a ally is targeted by a strike by an attack Cascus can see. Okay. Effect. Alright. Cascus attempts to push the triggering ally out of the way. Okay. Giving them a +1 circumstance bonus to AC. That feels weak. I was gonna say to AC and reflex, but if it's an attack, it's just going to be against AC. Hold on, I've got the wording wrong. The ally out of the way, given the flank turn of the time. If the attack still hits, reduce the damage by Cascus's level. And Cascus takes that. That wording is awful. If the attack hits, reduce the damage by 5. I don't know. If the attack hits, what I want is goes to push him out of the way. It doesn't work. Okay, Cascus gets hit as well. He takes damage. Some of it, like a shield. He acts like a mini shield. Cascus takes 5 points of the damage with the rest affecting the ally normally. Oh boy, I'm hating how this works. I'm hating this wording. Takes damage up to his level. Takes damage up to his level. With the remaining damage being dealt as normal. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So he's not just the spellcaster. He's got a little something extra to him. I like that. Oh, right. I was like, what's missing? His weapons. His weapons and his attacks. So I'm not going to make him anything too fancy. What's our scimitar? Okay, there we go. Forceful sweep. That's what it is. Everybody likes scimitars. I don't know. I should say, for a while, people really liked scimitars. I'm not sure they're my kind of thing, but I'm more of a flail guy myself. I love the trip ability, and I love reach. 1d6, cool. Was it scimitars people were really into? I forget. All right, scimitar. Creature 3, 5, 7. That puts him on the low end of things. Let's bump it up to 9. 9 feels fine. He's not going to be using that very often. Alright. That's our Cascus Keel. Am I missing something? Again, I keep looking at stuff. I'm like, what are we missing? Obviously, where's his dark vision? I gave him immunity to dark vision. That's ADHD. Got to call me out on this. If I put immune to dark vision, that's just, you're not in trouble. Sorry, that's just me being dumb. Dark vision. I want to switch around the fortitude and the reflex. That's what I want to do. You go to 9. You go to 6. Yeah, no, that's very fair. Yeah, this guy looks fine. He looks good. I don't think I'm too worried about this. Why is... Oh, man. Just more stuff that I'm just going to fix in Photoshop. Why is there a semicolon here? Why? All right. Yeah. Yep, I think that's fine. That's fine. Take a little copy of that. This is a I wasn't sure I was going to talk about this on stream, but it's so minor, but it made my day yesterday when I discovered it. I'm gonna it's actually probably embarrassing what this is. I'm gonna go to the Paizo forums here. This is so dumb. So I put a post on the Paizo forums that I was converting Savage Tide. Let me tell you, not a lot of traction. It's just me posting stuff. But, I got some likes. I got, this is like yeah, it's risky and some folks that are cool people in the forums. And I was like, oh, hey, somebody liked this. I'm just curious who. And I was like, oh, Luis Loza. Oh my God, who's done so much. And I was like, that was really cool. I hope he doesn't see the stream because this is such an embarrassing friggin' stream of me just like eating spicy, eat hot chip and lie. Yeah, silent recognition feels, it's just like, oh my God. And I, like, my wife's like, why are you so excited? What's wrong? I'm like, my hobby that's not super interesting to you involving somebody that you don't know that I think is very cool, gave me a silent nod across the digital ballroom. And she's like, you're an idiot, but I'm glad you're happy. So I was like, that's really cool. Now I'm more motivated to finish this. He says part 2 of 12. 2 months in. My God. But it's fun. Okay, Cascus Keel in the bag. Done. He is one of the characters that will be joining us, potentially. Again, video game logic, he's like a secret character you can unlock in the adventure. Very strange. On to the next one. Leah May Tilascare? Sorry, what's... Leah May Teslicaria. She is a bit more like boring sorceress, so I want to give her something cool. So I forget how she gets portrayed later. Let me actually look her up throughout this. Leah May. All right, Tesliacara. All right. All right. Where is this taking place? What adventure is this one? Oh, Far Shore. Okay, Far Shore I think is where you meet them next. This is like adventure 4 or 5, I believe. And this is, I cannot wait to get to this because this is a victory point building up a town against defense, which is really cool. Leah May has... Okay. She becomes a favored soul? Oh my God! Oh God! My brain! No. I forgot about favored souls. Favored souls were spontaneous divine spellcasters, I believe, in 3.5. Okay, let's look. Let's see any other ones. All right, Leah May becomes. Yeah. Okay, of Rudd, I believe, God of Luck. Rudd Greyhawk. Goddess of Chance. Okay. I wonder if we can kind of start nodding to that. Ow. Favored souls. I do remember there was a meta of favored souls in 3.5 of just like, this was the way to break the game. These comics, I have another side project that I want to do. Not making a comic, but like collecting some of these old comics from the Dragons and Dungeon magazines, because they're so niche. Like, hi, I make comics. Oh, really? Interesting. What are your comics? Well, if you're into role-playing games, and specifically these role-playing games, you'll see that I make a 4-panel comic once a month. And I'm so curious about these people. Like Aaron Williams, who did Nodwick, one of the most talented artists, I think, of all the niche comic writers. And the famous one, Kavalak, I forgot his first name, who did the art for the Munchkin game. Not the most famous, obviously. The most famous would be Phil Foglio, who did work for Magic the Gathering, and is still doing, I think, Girl Genius. I mean, well, that's been. I think that can't be true. Girl Genius comic. How? Oh my God! Is it still going? Started in 2001? That's insane. That's insane. I did try and read it, and I couldn't. That this comic has outlived Homestuck. Oh my God. Volume 20. That can't be right. That cannot be right. Look at all these awards they run. I mean, anyway, that was a weird way for me to go. But there's a time I want to talk about these comics. Anyway, Leah May becomes a favorite soul later, basing around the goddess of luck, Rudd, also known as Paul Rudd the Luckbringer. All right. I'm curious if we can do a little nod there. Okay, Leah May. I'm gonna keep getting her name wrong. Teslikaria. All right, Teslikaria. She's our. It says chaotic good here. Do not know. Okay, that she begins chaotic good. No. Oh my God. Okay. Oh man. Bees had this right last time. I think Bees said it. Was that they absolutely took Cascus Keel's stat block here. This section in particular. And they copy-pasted it right here to Leah May's. She is not lawful neutral. And I do not believe that humans start with dark vision. Oh no. So there's an oopsie there, but that's fine. We're here to fix this. I think she is chaotic good. Let me take a look, see. There's another spot for it. Chaotic neutral. That can't be right, because I know earlier on, hold on. I'm down the rabbit hole now. Got it. No, chaotic neutral. Okay. I can see her becoming chaotic good, so I'm alright with keeping her chaotic neutral for now. Woo, spoilers. Spoilers for what this adventure turns into. Oh, I cannot. Can we stick around for Adventure 3, because stuff gets wild. Alright, she's going to start chaotic neutral. Median, humanoid, human. In alphabetical order, which comes first? I'm actually curious. Bandit. Let's just look up Bandit. Human comes first. Of course it does, just to frustrate me. Yeah, it's like this is an insane. I'm not saying that like they didn't have like editors. Clearly they did, but it's so much to edit. All these little things can get lost in the cracks, and these were not things that affected the game. You know, it wasn't like, well, it says that she's lawful neutral, so this one very particular thing you're trying to do to her, like, no, it's fine. There is a part of me that wants to like feed into the dumb conspiracy theory I made last time, which is that she's having a relationship with Cascus the dwarf because she knows Druidic. But I can't do that. My stomach is honest to God hurting from these chips. Because that's what I do, eat hot chip and lie about stat blocks. Oh no. Oh my god. What's in these, by the way? I didn't even look. Not that it helps too much. Corn grats. Corn. Dextrose. That's not helpful. Yeah, I'm not gonna figure out what's in these. These are... I can't stop. They're good. I mean, they're... Okay, the flavor is not amazing, but they're still like Cheetos. Amino acids. None of this is helpful. There's some miso in here. So... Powder. Oh, powder. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I thought it said energy powder. I'm like, that can't be right. There's only a little bit of chili pepper in it. What is the main thing that's hurting me then? Dextrin? Anyway. Alright, Leomay Tessalicara. We will come up with more stuff about her. Let's start with her stats. Let's also roadmap her. She is our sorcerer, so let's make her the charisma. I do feel like the game kind of pitches her as I don't know, maybe it's because I played this back in 2007. They kind of pitch her as not the damsel in distress, but like feminine wiles type. I mean, her one spell is like Charm Person, Magic Missile, Shielded. So it's a very basic spell list. And I don't want to go down that route. Ooh, stomach hurts. Better eat some more. These are tasty. Oh, ow. Oh no. Okay. Her stats. Low strength, I get that. We're going to keep that 0 just to keep in line with how things are in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Charisma 4. Ow. At least, what's her dex look like? 14. Okay. Not real bright. Okay, cool. I'm going to keep all these things, essentially. Con of 1, int of 0. Alright. That feels bad. Okay. Ooh. If you drink water after eating something spicy, it does not help. It just spreads around. Hope nobody on stream saw me just drool. Ow. Okay. Ow. The worst way to do streaming is screaming in pain the entire time. Alright. I'll get to her thing later. Her special thing that defines her. Good. When did the boss thing start catching on, by the way? Because Slozar started doing it way back in the Slithering, and I never stopped him. He's just like, I'm going to call you boss from now on. I'm like, all right. And then a bunch of other people on the server started calling me boss, and I'm like, all right, well. For a while, he was even just throwing up big boss gifs. I was like, this feels... Wait till you see what I really look like. It's not that. All right, if we're going to do a kind of a lucky spellcaster. Oh my god, by the way, the Dark Archive. I feel like I want to real quick talk about the Dark Archive. Because I love the adventures in there, and I was so excited for Case 4, which is like the Haunted Manor. Ho, 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 ho. And then, and I'm going to draw this out, I realized what it was. It's a central hub, and then there's just rooms you enter into and have encounters. And that's it, you know? I 100% believe that the writer, who I could look up right now, I'll do it later. I 100% believe that the writer had a bigger idea, and then they were like, you really have to cut this down to fit into the Dark Archive book, because the adventure is not the point of it. You know, the point of it is to showcase the mirror abilities. And so I'm sure there was like a bigger idea and like chasing down clues and everything. But Case 4, for instance, I will say this. Case 4, there are clues in rooms. The clues don't have any mechanical benefit. They're just like, isn't that interesting? Like, you can find blood in this room. And you're like, oh, cool. So if we gather enough clues, what happens? You'd be kind of freaked out about the blood in the room. Wouldn't that be creepy? So it's a design miss for me. That said, I do believe that the Dark Archive group is nearly finished up with Case 4. And I really like Case 5, but I also said that about Case 4, so we'll see. And speaking of games, I'm also doing Fist of the Ruby Phoenix. My God. Doing that in play-by-post. I'm gonna pull up my insane play-by-post map for that real quick, because I'm proud of it, and I shouldn't be. Okay, hold on. Where are we going? Just do this, press this button, press some of these buttons, boop, boop, doop, boop, doo. Change this over to here. All right, this is my very crazy Bone Moon map. Doing this in play-by-post, what the hell am I thinking? So all the players get to see this. Hey, it's Bonmu, and you it's a hexploration fighting tournament, and this is Luis Loza. This is probably one of the coolest ways to do hexploration. Having not read Quest for the Frozen Flame, I love it a lot more than Kingmaker does it. However, if I say to my players, you have 16 hours to explore, what do you want to do? This is daunting. So what I did was make a whole bunch of tabs, and I'm like, well, choose a hex to go to. And also, let's just turn these off and turn off the party. And also, here's all the different types of terrain, how to move around on that. And I threw this up for the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix Discord, and it was sort of the response was like, okay, we're just going to go to places that are close to us. And you have 3 days to do whatever you want here. You cannot accomplish everything in 3 days, and I'm so excited about that. All right. Where did I push my buttons? Choose wisely. Boom. Okay. Yeah. So yes, I did not. I would like to note. I very much for all of my games, I do try and put in 100%. And I don't throw like a lot of time of my life into the server or the games or anything like that. It seems like I do, but I don't. I think I do about an hour every night after everyone goes to sleep in my house. I just do a little bit an hour and work on things. It's like making maps and updating and bleh. Um, and it really, but I do not want to deliver a subpar experience, because the last thing I want is for a group to go like, yeah, I'm not into this. Like, I'm into it, so I want people to know. Okay, whew. Got that out. Leah May. Thank you. I really, like, I try and make them a lot of fun. And sometimes I feel like some days, some groups just get like way more energy. Like Strength of Thousands, I'm like just these characters and all this, and then I'll go over to like the Pathfinder group and I'm like, yeah, people just getting hit. And other days it goes the opposite. You know, Strength of Thousands, I'm like, yep, it's a rainy day and school sucks. Yeah. And Pathfinder Society gets awesome bar fights. God, I cannot recommend Port Peril Pub Crawl enough. That is like one of my new favorite things to throw out there. All right. Should Leah May have a... All right, let's just get her some spells. Let's get Leah May some spells. We can work backwards from there. Because she is a sorceress. I was like, do we want to take her we could go ostensibly occult. We don't know, like, sorcerer stuff. Even have to check the server more and just have a lot of... Oh, please, let me tell you. Life 1,000,000 times comes first. I've always said it. And all of us have been there. I mean, like I said, this past weekend I was just unable. And life was going well. I think I had a pretty good, like, stretch of everything. Oh, yeah, that's right. Start of this school, this new year, everything was going really bad. Oh, man. And after like 6 months, we just got out of it. Where I was in a legal battle with a previous employer, which we won. So, which is a very difficult thing to do as a foreigner living in Japan. I'm curious about her spell list here. She's level 3. She should have second level spells here. All right, Charm Person, sure. Let's just make her a classic. Something doesn't feel right about her stat block. 3.5. They should have 1 second level spells by level 3. No. Oh my god. Well, that's embarrassing. No, Bloodline abilities came in Pathfinder First Edition. That's what it was. Oh no. Okay. Huh. Oh, wait, maybe there's something. Hold on. No. Oh, no. So she's not considered to be... Okay, here's what we're going to consider her. We'll consider Arcane. And what's the bloodline that is Arcane? I forgot it. It's the... Bloodline... It's the Aberrant, no. Angelic, no. Demonic, no. It's Pop Juke's favorite, and I've forgotten it. Hag, no. Harrow, no. Imperial, there we go. We'll work with that as an idea. So let's think arcane spells. She's level 3 in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. No, she knows Sylvan because she's sleeping with the dwarf. I established this in my Eat Hot Chip and Lie segment. Confetti Cloud. So I want her to be... so she makes a heel turn towards the divine. That's... You know what? No. I was going to say that she discovers that she's got an angelic bloodline. That just doesn't make sense. She makes a conscious choice towards the divine. We'll just give her, like, Oracle. multi-class stuff at higher levels. I'm not going to worry about it right now. What's a good classic? You know, flaming sphere, glitter dust. I kind of like these. All right. Spell type: arcane, spontaneous. Spells. Yes. And again, we're gonna go 19. 19 and 9. Okay. So Flaming Sphere is rightly, I will say this, it is rightly much maligned. It's a 3d6. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did this get... Have I played this wrong? Did it get an adjustment? Okay. Huh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought it dealt 0 damage on a miss. On a successful save. Am I... Hold on. I'm checking my first edition printing. This is... That can't... I might have run this wrong. In a... Not a recent game, but... No, it's absolutely basic. Why? Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. Yep, it's the next... That's embarrassing. I could have just read one sentence more. And I had to open up my physical book to read that statement. What is wrong with me? Yes, okay. It's much maligned for good reason. But I feel like it's got a place. I also like giving much maligned spells to NPCs to use them. I think I'm going to give her Flaming Sphere is what I'm going to do. How would I note... Oh, I want to pull up Rin Sphinxie again, because she is also a sorceress. Which, if, again, I mentioned this on stream before, I'm going to do it again. Rin Sphinxie was James Jacobs' home character that, unfortunately, he had to stop playing due to Corona. Due to I should say, the stay indoors. Slots, yes. How do I note that she's used all of her slots? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. 2 slots, 0 remaining. There we go. 2 slots, 0 remaining. Wait. There we go. Cool. Flaming Sphere. Is that right? I'm gonna look at Rin Sphinxie again. Yeah, let's give her another spell. We're gonna consider that she is in... Look at all this stuff. Look at all this crap I've got. If she is... Ooh, Dispel Magic. Magic Missile. This is... I know Pop Juke loves the Imperial Bloodline, but I'm so bored by it. I just am so bored by it. All the spells that I want anyway, given to me. Oh. Okay. Dispel... Magic. Flaming Sphere, 0 remaining. 3 slots. 0 remaining. Okay, she is also down to... Obviously, we're going to Magic Missile. She's down to her last things. Missile. She's down to her cantrips. Her last remaining things. I can talk so well. Charm. No. Well, she is going to have Charm, because that's a part of her tactics. Sort of. And let's get another first level spell. Grease. Classic. ADHD, did you get to play in the... Which pub crawl. Did you play in a pub crawl? I'm curious now. There's 2 pub crawls that I ran, and they're both different. I got anybody? I think maybe you were in the really cool fun one. Completed adventures, pub crawl. I could be looking. No, wait, no pub crawl. Oh no. Oh no. The Port Barrel pub crawl. Ugh. Really cool. And one of the bar fights is essentially hurling grease traps or grease spells all over the place. I love grease as a spell. All right. Anything else I really want to note? Yeah, admittedly, the group just handled it by ignoring it and just walking. The point of the bar fight is to leave the bar fight. But it's hampered by grease spells all over the place, getting punched in the head, and that sort of thing. I forget who did it. I forget. The one group had the best escape, where they ran to the docks where there's a boat waiting for them. And I was like, well, you could safely jump onto the boat and you would avoid the bar fight. And I think it was the one who knocks. It was like, nah, I'm going to stab a guy. And like murdered a guy, which is enough to like end the bar fight there. And it's like, if anyone wants to stop us from leaving, you're going to end up like him. And like threw him off the dock. And I was like, this is a very good way to end the bar fight. Very cool. I had so much fun running those games, and I recommend every GM run it at some point, because it's a master of the... Who made that? Port Peril Pub Crawl. Who wrote it? Because it's a masterwork. It's a masterpiece. James Case, yeah. So let's look at his... let's look at a different James Case. Let's see what he has written, because this guy is in charge of Pathfinder Society. King of the Mountain. Mongy Folktales. Putrid Seeds. Yeah, this guy's fantastic. Fantastic, James Case. So, absolutely, I'd say promote this guy, but he's senior designer. I'm pretty sure he's quite promoted. One of my favorite adventures, and definitely deserves every piece of praise heaped upon it. All right, we want to talk cantrips. If she's going to be our classic. Whoops, it's already noted there. If she's going to be our classic spellcaster, obviously we get rid of Detect Magic. Giving her Electric Arc, because that's what you do. I love Electric Arc. I love it. It's awful and awesome. I'm going to say another thing that I hate, okay? Everyone can come at me with pitchforks and knives, all that stuff. I hate the shield spell. And here's why. Okay? Shield spell is one action. That's why. It's not a bad action. It's a very good action. But when I get a spellcaster in a group, they always do this. I cast a spell. Cool. Resolves or doesn't resolve. They're 30 feet away from the enemy. They're 60 feet away from the enemy. And then they go, and for my last action, I cast shield. As a GM, I sit there and go, why? They're not going to attack you. You're too far away to be attacked. And if you wanted to really protect yourself, just walk away further. What are you doing? I have so many frustrations with the shield spell. The spell itself is good. I have frustrations with how players perceive it. So there. I got that out of the way. I'm done. Sorry, everybody. Shield spell, stop using it all the time. It's not necessary. Okay. Rant over. All right. Oh, some pepper just hit me wrong as retribution. I will give her the shield spell, though, after all that. I'm going to give her the shield spell, because all of you use it. Yeah, everyone seems to be ready for something that's never. And I talk Pop Juke's praises all the time on stream, and that's where I'm gonna shit on him a little bit. He's always using it. Is always using shield. Please stop. Please stop. I'm gonna give her Mage Hand. Um, the number of players I've had also say to me they don't need Mage Hand because telekinetic projectile exists is frustrating. It's like can't. It's hard to disagree too much. If you go like, I want to bring X thing to me, cool. I want to bring X thing over there. Telekinetic projectile. I don't know. Also, time sense. This is the Tomb Raider playing. What's his name? Oh my God, Elias. Constantly casting. And what time is it, by the way? Oh, I actually never even looked that it actually has a mechanical benefit. I've always just used it uselessly. All right, there. She's got her spells. Maybe instead of Mage Hand, we'll give her the. We'll give her the. We'll give her the telekinetic projectile. So she's got something. There. All right, there we go. All right, speed. 25 feet. Speed. I always lose speed. Alright. She's going to have an unarmed strike at absolute garbage. 5. I'm just going to keep it 5. 1d4. Bludgeoning. And fist. It's actually lunchtime. Agile finesse, non-lethal, unarmed. Cool. I am thinking about what to eat that will settle my stomach now. Mage Hand versus yeah. That's exactly it. But I, you could float something across or lodge it into somebody's trachea. Actually, so telekinetic projectile didn't exist in 3.5. But I do remember a reason why it should have existed. I had a player who was so excited for the Arcane Legerdemain Prestige class, which is Rogue and Sorcerer. Essentially, you use Mage Hand to steal things. And he was like, I'm going to play a Rogue Wizard. And I was like, oh, this is very cool. And it's now been turned into a Spell Trickster in many ways. And I remember they came up to a guard, and they were like peering around a corner, and there's a guard there. And he's like, okay, I can Mage Hand larger things away from people is because I'm an Arcane Legerdemain. And he starts lifting the guard's dagger out of his sheath. And I was like, cool, now what do you do? And he's like, and then I take the dagger, and I plunge it into the guard's neck. And I was like, do you know the speed of Mage Hand? And he's like, no. So I remember illustrating this for the guy with the guard standing there, and it was just like, hey, what the hell? Hey, come on, stop it. And that would have been a great time for a telekinetic projectile to exist. Actually, toss that into the pile of something to make for Spell Trickster is stealing a person's weapon off of them, attacking it with them. I love the shenanigan 3.5. Yeah, okay. There's another 3.5 story. Let me non-lethal. All right, so I feel like I'm doing something unarmed. Okay, so insanely strange calls you have to make as a GM. I'm gonna find it. Thry-Cream 3.5. Okay, there were 2 of these. I'm going to see if this is the one I want. Where is it? Is this the one I want? What is... Oh, no. Oh, this is Loxos. What is this? Here we go. Got it. Okay. So, it's a loud clap. I didn't need to do that. And here's the name. So, I had a player, and I had lots of stories about this guy. very, very militant about what people could and couldn't play in his games. And I say his games because he considered all the games to be his games. We played at his house, and he never GM'd. He just always was a player. And he said, nobody can play monstrous races. They're ridiculous, and it ruins the setting. And I said, well, as a GM, you guys can play whatever you want. I mean, we were playing in Eberron at the time. And I was like, and I feel like that's very fitting. We're in Sharn, City of Towers, anything goes. So I hand out Player's Handbook for people who are making characters. And my buddy goes, hey, can I look at one of the monster manuals I had? I don't know which one the Thri-Kreen was in, but he finds the Thri-Kreen, which are from originally Dark Sun. Yeah, Grasslands of Shar. Finds him, and he's like, oh, 2 strength, 4 dexterity, yeah, -4 charisma, boom, this is my character. And the one player that who shall remain nameless goes, no, you can't play a monstrous thing. That's as bad as playing a barbarian. Barbarians make no sense in D&D. And he's like, cool, I'll be a Thri-Kreen barbarian. And I was like, well, this is getting better. And he was dual-wielding, I forgot what these weapons are. Does it say it here? You get Anyway, he was dual-wielding these, which made it really fun. And he comes to me and he goes, hey, so I have a look at this, a plus 30 racial bonus on all jump checks. Plus 30. Now, a normal person would go, oh, I'm interested. I could jump up places and, I'd jump down places safely. This guy, no. He's like, all right. He started off very easily. And he's like, all right, I'm making a grapple-based Thri-Kreen barbarian. And the first thing he did was, like, the illusionist was like, haha, look at this stupid barbarian. He's like, I grapple the illusionist. He's like, okay. And he's like, I can jump with somebody, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, cool. I jump on top of that building, and I leave the illusionist there, and I jump back down. I was like, oh. Wow, yeah, I guess you can do that. And the illusionist was like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean I can't get down from the building now? And I was like, yeah, I think you're stuck up there. And I had to, run a whole thing on how to get him down. 3.5, my adventures back in high school were just anything goes. And another case of players looking at their character sheet and going like, all right, how can I solve this with what I've got in front of them? And 3.5, you don't have all these fun, interesting abilities. You mostly were working off of your feats. And if this is a character that, for instance, took skill focus jump, like he did, he took skill focus jump and skill focus handle animal hilariously, and he had absolute garbage charisma. I think it was 5. So I just remember him saying things like, I handle animal. And I was like, that's a person. He's like, what are people if not animals? Anyway, they are sneaking through a dungeon. The ceilings were 10 feet tall. Because it was my default. Well, ceiling's 10 feet high, whatever. And he goes, well, they come across a guard. And the rogue goes, okay, guys, be quiet. I'm going to sneak up on the guard. Stab him in the back. Boom. That should be a coup de grace, no. And the barbarian's like, no. I'm stronger than you. Let me do this. And he sneaks up on him. He's like, all right, now I grapple him. And I was like, okay. And he's like, and I'm just going to jump as hard as I can and face him up into the ceiling. And I was like, you do what now? And he's like, well, looking at the math, and hold on. Let me see if I got the math for this one. Jump 3.5 skill. Let's see here. High jump. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Uh-oh. I think we used long jump rules for it. Oh, no. Oh, well. Essentially what we did is essentially just all right, however high you roll, that's how far he's essentially fallen into the ceiling. And that's the kind of damage you'll do. Yeah. And I remember just having to explain, just kind of crush and mash this man into the ceiling. And for days afterwards, we just kept having illustrations of smashed up ceilings with people smashed up on top of them, like in a reverse Junji Ito. Very specific call-out reference there. That campaign back in high school was good times, but boy, we played things just loose and fast with those rules. Fast and loose. There we go. All right. Whew. Leah May Teslakaria. I want to talk about her kind of being lucky. And I'm not sure they do now, because now it's like it's foreshadowing that she's going to kind of go down this path of luck, of worship of Rudd. I also don't want to give her... Oh, I forgot about her skills. Did I forget about... Oh, crap. I forgot about Cascus's skills, too. All right, let me just knock those out real fast. I don't think Cascus has anything too interesting here. Handle animal. Yeah, not nature. Yep, survival. Boom. All that good stuff. Nature and survival. Give him that. Boop. And boop. And why not? Some... Luck domain spell later down the line. Yeah, I kind of enjoy that. Like, that's a really good way to go, I think. Boy, my hair is just being awful today. Yeah, I think that what's gonna happen... for now, I'm gonna ignore the luck stuff, because that's just gonna come up later anyway, and I don't want to super foreshadow that she's, like, going to be affected too much by it. Yeah, 9-9 is fine. I don't think I want to change these at all. 9-9. Boom. One more print screen. Whoops, that's not the right thing that I want. Boop. Cascus Keel. And let's get back to Leah May. And I'm just going to keep this full screened. Actually, no, I'm not. I have a lot more I want to do. Wrong button. Alright, I'm just messing around. Alright, instead, like, her role in this adventure is to cast a charm spell. Oh, I probably have to make that one slot remaining, actually, now that I think about it. Is to cast a charm spell, which is not going to work. I'm wondering if we give it, like, a special ability, like Powerful Charm. Enchantress. Like, I don't want to lean into the feminine character using spells to control men. That's like a trope that doesn't sit right with me. And I know there's so many great characters that do that. Morgan Le Fay of Marvel Comics. I don't know why I went right to Morgan Le Fay of Marvel Comics. And my next was going to be Enchantress of DC Comics. And my brain is just thinking about comic books right now. Alright. Baby. Ow. I don't know, I just remembered I forgot to do something. I forgot one little thing. Boggart Hunter. I forgot to put the concentrate tag on Hunt Prey. Weird that my brain just went all the way back to that. Speaking of ADHD, I don't know if Nex has mentioned this, but the two of us, I do believe, have ADD, and our brains just kind of go in directions, and it makes me wonder if good GMs, I'm not saying I'm a great GM or anything, but if you just constantly, your headspace is somewhere else. Ow. Okay. Here's my thought. Enchantress, frequency. I think it's... Frequency. Once per day. Per fay. Once per day. Effect. The next Spell cast. If your next action, if Leah May's next action is to cast a spell from the enchantment school, it loses the incapacitation trait. It loses the incapacitation. If it does not have the incapacitation trait, that spell gets a +1 bonus. I hate this. This feels so 3.5 or Pathfinder First Edition. So maybe I'm not even going to add this part. Okay. Frequency, once per day. If Leah May's next session is to cast a spell from the enchantment school, it loses the incapacitation trait. Would never give this. To a player. I like the incapacitation trait. I'm going to give this to an NPC. I'm okay with that. Okay. Improvising 70% of everything in D&D 5e and just having... Yeah, absolutely. That, I mean... the best... Okay. Story time. I'm going to find... perhaps even the exact magazine. I'm going to find it in another tab so nobody knows my secrets. Real fast. So, high school was when I started... so I started playing D&D middle school. So that was... When was middle school? Oh, I'm thinking of finding the thing that I'm looking for. What's this it? No, Athkatla, no. Drown, declare war on humanity, no. Back in... God, I'm trying to do too many things in my brain right now. That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for a very specific dungeon magazine. Is this it? No. It might be this one, actually. When I started playing in middle school, I didn't have a group. I didn't get a real group until I was in high school. I was approached by somebody who saw me, weirdly, reading the monster manual, I think, or something, in class one day. And he's like, hey, I'm looking for a group. I know a group of people that are looking for a GM. Would you be interested in being a GM? Yeah. I had no real experience running a group like this, like a real, honest-to-goodness group. Where the heck is this? It's going to drive me crazy. I really want to find this adventure. Oh. Found it? I think so. Think I found it? Yes. Make sure before I pull it over. I think this is it. Oh my god, it's going to drive me insane. Is this it? No. Okay, hold on. So, if you are, I'm a kid. I don't know how to, write adventures. I don't know how to really tell a story. There were no such things as actual plays back then. I thought I could have sworn that was the right one. Where the heck? Really? Is this... Are you... This has to be the one. Hold on. Oh, Something's missing. Something's missing from this magazine. Yeah, they took out the whole adventure that I was looking for. Oh, no. Anyway, alright. Sorry, don't mind me. Very, very weird tangent. Okay. So I didn't know what I was doing. I get invited to this game, but I had collected a whole bunch of like Dragon magazines and Dungeon magazines that I was reading. I would occasionally pull something out. And I pulled out a Dungeon magazine it was like the only one I had that had a level 1 adventure that seemed interesting to me. And the adventure was, actually I forgot what the adventure was. I know the adventure started with a wagon comes into town, and in the back of the wagon is an Umber Hulk that breaks free and starts terrorizing the town. Okay? That's how it starts. Now, my players I was a freshman in high school, they were seniors, I didn't know what was happening, I was scared, and I say, so you're in town, you can see that a merchant's wagon is starting to go by. And I say, oh, could you guys give me perception checks, or spot checks, I think at the time, and say, yeah, that the guy that's, I think it was like a goblin that's at the helm of the wagon. And I said, oh yeah, there's a goblin, and he seems like kind of nervous about it. And the players are like, oh, we gotta investigate that wagon. So they make checks, and one of them jumps into the wagon. And I'm like, oh, you notice in the back there's a caged Umber Hulk. Oh, this is cool. And I was like, okay, now to make it escape. But they start going, and they're like, all right. Immediately, I run up and I murder the goblin. I was like, whoa, oh, okay, yeah, all right. I'm gonna look at the magazine. There's nothing in here about that. Okay, yeah. And I'm gonna cut loose the thing, and they're failing, and the players are like, oh my god, we can't kill someone in broad daylight. I'm going to start killing the guy that's killing the goblin. Like, you guys are on the same team. I don't know him at all. Oh, the Umber Hulk breaks out. Oh god, we'll ignore that. Let's get the guy that was trying to kill the goblin. The guy that's on your team? The one that you're next to? Yeah. Holy shit, we can't fight an Umber Hulk. We're going to let him rampage through town. We're going to beat him up and take him into the guards. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. And then the Umber Hulk gets free and somebody else takes care of it. The adventure is off the rails already. And the players are going, oh, there's something about this goblin. Goblins shouldn't be allowed in town. We're going to trace this back. And I'm like, okay, sure. And somehow things get led to a church, the church in town. And the church is like, oh, yeah, I've been smuggling goblins in. Like, I'm just throwing stuff out there, just anything. And they're like, why are you smuggling goblins in? And I'm like, an arrow appears in his neck. I'm like, what? An arrow appears in his neck? I'm like, yup. And you turn around and there's a bunch of dark elves there. And they're like, really? Dark elves? And they're like, you know too much. Okay. And they're like, well, this is a really cool game. What do we know too much of it? I'm like, I have no idea. It's too much of something. And I remember that I ended it on that huge cliffhanger. Then my players came to me like, that was the best session of any game we've ever played, my man. Ah, that was so good. And I just remember thinking, like, I'm going to have to write. I'm going to have to write what the hell happened. Why was the church trafficking goblins? What does it have to do with dark elves? Why did they bring an Umber Hulk into town? Why any of these things? And that taught me how to be a GM in terms of I worked myself into a corner and I had to essentially trial by fire myself into being a GM. So that was a lot of fun. And I look back on those times very fondly. And that was my first campaign, like full campaign, and we took it to level like 24 or something, back in 3.5. We got out the epic level handbook and everything. Whew. All right. A lot of talk for. Now we're at Liame Teslicaria. I took that same group, by the way, that all murdered each other into Savage Tide eventually. Yeah, let's give her some Arcana. Deception. She's... Yeah. Ow. Throat hurt. Throat hurt from too much spicy chips. Alright. Yeah. She's not going to be very good at Arcana. But that's fine. We can be not good at things. That's alright. That's my Bob Ross moment for the day. It's okay to not be good at stuff. I don't know that we need to give her too much more, actually. I think right now, as she is, this is fine. Okay, cool. Print screen. Toss us into the pile. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. It's funny, I always like make this big list of things I really need to get done on the stream, and I don't get any of it done. But I also like panic where I'm like, am I gonna have enough stuff to do on stream for 4 hours? And then I usually don't even make it to the 4 hours. We're on hour 3. All right, that's 2 of the Jade Ravens done, and I've just sat here and talked about stories. I don't really want to do anything more with her. Yeah. Okay. Do I want to do the other 2 Jade Ravens that aren't going to have a role to play in the adventure? No, not really. Like, I really kind of don't want to do more with the Jade Ravens right now. I'm going to close that. What I am going to do, I'm going to look up a galleon. What? Vehicle. Galley. That'll work. Oh, not a galley. No. Let's look up vehicles. All right. What I wanted to... Ship. I want to make... Yeah... I want to make the Sea Wyvern. So what this is, and this is going to be huge because if I do by next week get us ready to start converting the 3rd adventure, which is possible. I will be starting a new job by then, so maybe my brain is going to be fried. So we'll see. The next adventure all takes place in the Sea Wyvern. The one surviving ship in the harbor is destined to play an important role in the Satisfied adventure path. 3-masted caravel. I'm curious if we just have like a caravel. No. Sailing ship. Yeah, I mean, using this as our base and the Sea Wyvern. Thing is, these are... The piloting checks are way too high. Which makes sense for vehicles. For this vehicle. And I want to make the Sea Wyvern a bit different from the Blue Nixie, which we're eventually going to get. So what I want to do... template tool. Not template. Yeah, template tool. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's start working on... Vehicle. I'm going to put... so I'm going to change a lot of things for it. Change a lot of things... for what this is going to be. We're gonna use the sailing ship as our baseline. We're gonna use the sailing ship as our baseline and kind of work from there. I'm curious, are there stats? Yeah, it can be crewed with a ship as small as 7 individuals. I mean that, yes. Yes, but we're going to have to come up with rules for sailing with a skeleton crew. All right, let me see. Adventure 2. I think, yeah, now we're getting to the side quest, which, again, I don't really want to run. All right, are there any stats for the Sea Wyvern? Switching sides, blah, 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 blah. All right, so the next adventure, as a heads up, Sea Wyvern's Wake. This is just an entire ocean... Oh, look, I love it. They separate it as Sea Voyage Adventure. There's lots of weird little... there's like a mystery going on. There's all these problems you got to deal with. Securing a crew, supplies, cargo. I do remember my players getting here